The Great Heathen Army, having already devastated Northumbria and captured York, now turned its attention further south. Their next target was the small yet determined kingdom of East Anglia. East Anglia had not been at the forefront of Anglo-Saxon politics or military power. It had been relatively quiet during earlier Viking raids, often offering horses and supplies in exchange for peace. But now that peace was shattered. In 869 AD, the Vikings returned, not to negotiate, but to conquer. Leading the kingdom at this time was King Edmund. His reign had been marked by piety, stability, and a commitment to his people and faith. But against the might of the Viking army, East Anglia was severely outmatched. The exact details of the Viking campaign in East Anglia are scarce, but what is clear is that the Vikings launched a full-scale assault on the kingdom, facing little organized resistance. Villages and monasteries were plundered, churches were burned, the Danish army moved with speed and force. King Edmund made the fateful choice to confront the invaders. According to later accounts, he refused to abandon his people or his Christian faith. When captured by the Vikings, likely under the leadership of Ivar the Boneless and Ubba, he was offered a chance to rule under their terms, as a puppet king. Edmund refused. His decision led to his execution, but the details of his death became the foundation for a powerful legend. In one version of the story, Edmund was tied to a tree, beaten, shot with arrows, and ultimately beheaded. His refusal to renounce Christianity or submit to pagan overlords became the cornerstone of his martyrdom. Though these stories were written down decades later and embellished by religious chroniclers, they reflect how Edmund was remembered in the generations that followed, not just as a defeated king, but as a saint. His body was eventually recovered, and a cult formed around his tomb. By the 10th century, he was venerated across England. A great abbey would later rise at Bury St. Edmunds, becoming one of the most important pilgrimage sites in medieval England. While Viking warlords moved on to their next targets, the idea of resistance, sacrifice, and Christian identity began to take deeper root in the English consciousness.